This episode of In an Instant is powered by Wasabi. Get 15% off with promo code INSTANT.
On this episode of In an Instant, we are getting wacky. I am here in sunny San Francisco with some of this city's finest folks. We got JP is on hand today. This is like a photo legend of the San Francisco community. Everybody loves JP and everybody is in love with JP. We also have Yameen, an incredible photographer. Check him out, film how you like. He has brought some wacky wonders with him as well. And we have Nick Collingwood, a local boy. Behind the camera, we have Max. And together, we are shooting with some wacky cameras. We have a wide spectrum of strange devices on us that span all kinds of photographic history and mediums and film types. And I just cannot wait to get going. So I think we should just go off. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
The kind of photography that would become part of the human being. Press a button and have the picture.
So, in this episode, we have quite an array of cameras at our disposal. Thanks to Lomography, thanks to Glass Key Photo in San Francisco, we've been hooked up with a lot of very strange pieces of gear, and we're sort of gonna go through them one by one in segments. And we have Max, who has a very special surprise for us. He's behind the camera, but I'm gonna make him step out front because he's got something wacky strapped to his hip, and it's not a gun. So, I think we should get into maybe shooting the smallest format we have. Let's start with that. Okay, we have just entered the wide little world of 110 film with Yameen, and you've brought an incredible array of these cameras. Just to give a little bit of backstory on these things, 110 was a format that was introduced in the 70s. It is this tiny cartridge that you'll show us how to load in a second that basically like slides into these cameras that's light sealed. The intent of this format, which is very tiny, was to make it easy to load cameras. People were having trouble, people were getting dumber over time, and were having a lot of trouble loading and unloading film. It was a common issue that people just couldn't figure out how to use these things. So this sort of simplified it. So Yameen, talk us through what the heck we have on this table.
Yeah, we have a wide assortment here. We got the Fisher-Price 110 film camera created by Kodak.
Which is insane.
Yeah, this to me, this is like the Cadillac of my collection. This is a Canon 110 ED from the 70s in this red plush fancy container.
And then what's this guy?
This is the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR. This is not only an SLR, which means what you see is what you get when you're focusing, but it's also a zoom. And you have a full aperture control, which is amazing for a 110 film camera. And then this is probably the most luxurious offering in my collection, the Rollei A110. If you buy this off of eBay, you get free bottle service with.
Yeah, this case is unbelievable. The cases for these cameras are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so luxe for such a small thing. I mean, I feel like they were selling the idea that these are like spy cameras.
Yeah.
And so they're presenting them to you as if it's like a high-tech gadget that James Bond might use. What got you into this?
When I was a kid, I owned this one.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I like sought this one out, and then I got really addicted on the format because, thank goodness, Lomography still makes 110 film.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of went ham on it, and
clearly you got ham and Swiss over here.
Yeah.
You noted, this is Lomography 110 film. They saved this format.
Yeah,
this was
sure.
a dead format, I think, for 2 years.
Yeah.
And it was recovered thanks to Lomo. So
yeah,
major shout out to Lomo in this video.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind if I take your picture on this little camera?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? Thank you so much. You just have a vibe to you that is electric. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ben.
Hi.
Just enjoying a day in the park?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm just out for a walk on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I live in the neighborhood. Come over here and read a bit.
It looks like you're having a good old day. This is an old-fashioned good old time.
Yeah.
All right, JP. You brought some treats for me.
Yeah, we did.
What do we got?
So we got a couple of funky cameras here. Shout out to Glass Key Photo for letting us borrow a couple of these things.
To my left here, we've got a very special camera. In fact, for a little, backstory, this camera is the reason I wanted to do this episode from the very beginning when I launched this channel, because I was like, I want to put this freaking beast in a video. This is the Polaroid Macro 5. Much like Macro number 5, the song. So this camera was created back in the time when Polaroid was needed for industrial purposes. This was something you would see in like a dentist's office. What this camera does, it takes Polaroid Spectrafilm, which is discontinued, but we're sacrificing some today. It has a laser system where if you look at the wall, these two dots align and they tell you when your subject is in focus. And you can focus to 8 centimeters. And you change that based on the top. This is one of the most incredible cameras ever made by Polaroid. It's a true SLR, and it absolutely fits the mold of our funky camera day.
Very close.
You get extremely close. We can get this close.
Oh!
You got blasted. You just got blasted.
It's honestly irresponsible.
That's too close.
It's almost as close as an ant. Shout out to ants.
Shout out to ants.
ants.
Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep killing it. What do we got here?
So we have the Polaroid mini portrait. It shoots with 4 different lenses at once. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to trick it a little bit and cover each lens so we can take 4 different photos.
You can see on the back here, it takes 4 separate images. And originally for the Passport, it would do like 4 at the same time. And that way they would actually, like they had kind of a hole punch thing where when the final print, they would punch out all of them and then like send it into the Passport place. Now we just are gonna do goofy things with it. And so we are gonna burn some of the stunning 100C45 in here. Boom.
Whoa! It's like a nice lens.
It is, it's actually pretty sharp.
Wow, that's so weird.
That is so crazy. Now you're wondering, how do you focus this thing? And it has this handy dandy measuring tape.
Oh my God.
It goes all the way out to here. And there is a red mark here, and then there's a red mark here. And this zone is like the zone of focus.
I failed myself in not realizing sooner we should obviously be shooting Pete's mustache and macro. So that is immediately what we're addressing, because this is a need.
That's money.
That's cash.
I got Jesse here with me. Jesse, where are you from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Welcome. Welcome to San Francisco.
Yeah,
What year were you born?
1993.
So you were just a wee lad of, I'm trying to do math, 5 years old when the Game Boy camera came out in the US. This was one of the first commercially available digital cameras. It was dirt cheap. It records super low resolution, black and white images. In fact, 4 shades of gray, black, white, gray, darker gray. Not a lot of detail. So I'm using this as an instant camera today because I also have the Game Boy printer. This is a thermal printer. It runs on 6 AA batteries. It prints on tiny 1.5-inch thermal paper, kind of like receipt paper. And we're gonna just shoot some portraits with it and give out tiny, tiny, terrible black and white
Instant
images.
photos.
Yeah, which is a shame because I mean, you have a lot of nice colors on, but
Let's do it.
we're gonna convert that to black and white. So what I love about instant cameras like this one is you take the picture, you pull it out, and in just like one setup, you can just like create a physical image. And so I wanted to do something similar with the Game Boy camera and the printer. So I designed and 3D printed a holster so you can hold the printer on you all the time. So it's kind of like an all-in-one terrible photo studio that you can wear just like a Polaroid.
And you were telling me that this is much, much cheaper than Polaroid film too.
Yeah, so you're shooting pack film.
Yeah.
Each one of those shots is maybe like
$5 to $15 a shot.
Yeah. So this film uses thermal paper. And so I did the math and I think I can do 5 photos for about 1 cent.
Wow.
So it's pretty cheap.
Much easier to swallow.
So let's shoot some.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we got Star Wars Episode 1 film camera.
The good episode.
Yeah, from Tiger Electronics. This is from 1999.
It says picture plus image camera. It's like, it says choose one of 6 built-in images from the movie to superimpose. And it has this little like 2/3 frame with Darth Maul next to these kids on a beach very awkwardly.
Yeah, I think the question is, does Darth Maul get superimposed onto your photo next to you, or is he separate from the photo?
And actually, it's like, on the back, it actually says, choose one of 6 built-in images. So there's like Jar Jar, classic, Queen Amidala, there's Darth Maul, there's Obi-Wan.
There is actually a warning back here that says packaging may cause dismemberment, so... All right, we got to take this outside and see what this thing does.
Yes, I am very hyped for that.
Let's do it.
Words almost fail me to describe the pure grandeur of these images, which I believe are perhaps the greatest pictures ever committed to film. The fact that the character is separated in such a way from the captured action is just stunning. I mean, what an interesting idea. I don't know what they were thinking by not just making the character have a more transparent background so that there's not like a gradient or line that separates them from the picture you're taking. But gosh, I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more. I was dying laughing at every single one of these. And wow, it was such a cap to this experience to get this rollback and see this just pure magic. Thanks to Yameen for letting us crack open that blister pack and really make the most out of what was inside.
Holy heckin' cow, what a day of shooting with these unbelievably weird formats and weird cameras. Again, this is the spice of life. This is what it's all about. This is what film photography is offering us that digital can't even touch with its grubby little megapixels. And I got a real kick out of it. I thank the San Francisco film community for letting us putter around and say inappropriate stuff and take weird photos in public parks. You know, very thankful to the city for allowing us to do that. Thank you to JP, thank you to Yameen, thank you to everyone that appeared in this video, and thank you for watching in an instant. Go ahead and drop your little booty on that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more shoots, reviews, breakdowns, and all things instant. Can I get an ooey?
Be sure to blow in that cartridge slot of the subscribe button and get that Game Boy to turn on.
Welcome to In an Instant. My name is Ben, and today we're talking about the Game Boy camera.
Welcome to In an Instant. My name's Ben. Welcome to In an Instant. This is the Game Boy camera. Let's go!